We watched Eternals last night, finally, on Disney Plus. Um, I kind of was looking forward to it, but we. And typically, when you see a lot of reviews about something, you, I don't know. Okay, typically, when I see a lot of reviews, especially a lot of negative reviews, I want to watch a movie to prove them wrong. So Eternals had that going for it. I wanted to watch and I wanted to like it, but it also had the fact that it was a Marvel movie, and I really like Marvel Studios movies. So I thought, this is worth it. We watched it. I can't prove them wrong. I didn't like it, and I'm thinking about a couple vlogs to review it, but the first one is about not being emotionally attached to these characters, not being really into it. We had to pause the movie and leave the house and come back. We came back like 45 minutes later. And usually when you pause a movie and it's not over, you get excited. You want to see it. I was just like, we came home and we finished watching it, but I wasn't excited to watch the rest of it. And I think, like I said, I'm going to do another review of things about it, but I think not being emotionally involved with these characters, not really being invested in these characters, it has to do with it being such a large cast of characters and not enough backstory. They did a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, and the flashbacks drove me crazy. But I see what they were trying to do. They're trying to fill in backstory for the group, for the entire team. The characters aren't really bad. The only one that I don't like is Icarus. But he's still not a bad character, potentially. But see, they weren't able to invest enough in the backstories, so we didn't really know a lot about every character. And I think that relates, in my mind at least, the opinion of the first Suicide Squad, not the second one. I haven't seen the second one. The first one, I don't even remember what it was about, but I remember when I watched it, really liking the characters. There are a lot of characters, and I think that's where that movie went wrong. There are a lot of characters, and they weren't able to really talk about any. A lot. They weren't able to talk about them in depth enough to really get emotionally involved in the characters, or I didn't retain much of the story. And that's where Avengers, I think, went right. Having individual movies for all the major characters, and just because they were able to do backstory, and you invested in the character before they got all together. Because when they got all together, it's like, I think they if they didn't have those backstories, we would have been lost. I think it would have lost a lot of people, and it would have gotten a lot of hate, I think, because they were able to build up the characters a little bit. And this leads me to mention Hawkeye and Black Widow. That's a different story. I'll probably do that on a different vlog. I have in my mind, I want to vlog just about Avengers stuff. But so Eternals, Eternals. Didn't like it. I intend to do another video about the OP, the overly powerful characters, because that too. But yeah, this video might have dropped close. Yeah, too big of a cast of characters. They could have broken it down. I mean, and done an Eternals movie a few years down the line, and done just the first one just about maybe two of the characters, Icarus and Cersei. They could have done an Icarus and Cersei movie, and I don't know. I think it could have been done a lot better. They have good material. Marvel Studios have been around forever, doing comics, and they got a lot of material to go off of. I think the movie could have been a lot better, basically, because there was stuff there. They just didn't use it right.